Search and rescue teams are continuing their work in parts of Durban. Hundreds of people died as a result of floods in KwaZulu-Natal. Many others are still missing. eNCA senior reporter Siphamandla Goge is in Molweni this afternoon and joins us now for the latest. Good afternoon, Siphamandla. What have you been finding out today as the search operations are continuing today?
Well, it's more of the same, really. It's been like that for almost 2 weeks now. Members of the SAPS Search and Rescue, they are busy searching for those who are still missing. We are in Molweni. That site is a river known as Umngeni River. It's one of those rivers where a couple of bodies have been discovered, and the SAPS members of the Search and Rescue are busy searching here, scouting this river, because they heard from someone that he was told by children that they spotted a body on the river banks here a day ago. So if I'm not mistaken, a day or two ago. So now they've come here to search, and they are hoping that they will find it. It's been almost an hour now since we arrived here. Members of the SAPS have been searching. I think there is also SAPS that has just arrived here. They will be scanning the river banks, but for now they have decided to put that search on hold because they are waiting for the gentleman who told them that he was told by the children that they spotted a body. They've decided to go and ask the gentleman to call the children that say they spotted a body here so that they can pinpoint as to where did they see that. So it's one of those many stories whereby families will continue to wait for the search and rescue operation to determine whether there are positive news or not. Excuse me. Earlier on, we visited an area known as Emawoti in Inanda, where we saw members of the search and rescue looking for a missing 38-year-old Zamile Dlau. He was last seen being washed away by water during the floods. His family members have told us that they are really struggling to come to terms with what has happened. So that is the status quo currently. We are in Molweni. On my left will be a cemetery. You won't be able to see it properly because of those trees, but that's Molweni Cemetery, and that's where a number of bodies have been found in the past. If I'm not mistaken, last week there was a body that was discovered there. It was taken to another police station. I heard that that body didn't have, it was a headless body in a way, and later on there's a gentleman who came to us and told us that the person who was found there is his family member, and he explained how traumatic the experience was, because most families have been to mortuaries looking for their loved ones, having to go through unknown bodies, and that traumatic experience. Every day you wake up, you go by the riverside, you search for your missing family member, you are unable to find them, and then you have to go to the mortuary to see if you will be able to identify anybody there. So across KwaZulu-Natal, these search and rescue operations continue.
Yeah. Siphamandla, tell me, is there any idea yet about the numbers? I mean, last time we heard the minister last week revising down the death toll due to the floods to 435, and there was a number earlier of maybe up to 60 people may still be missing. Do we have an idea yet for how many more people are all these officials and officers and rescue operators looking for? How many missing people are there?
According to the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, Sihle Zikalala, there are about 57 confirmed people who are still missing in KwaZulu-Natal. Of course, the number will vary because, take for instance the case that we have just covered, Enanda in Mawoti. The family members of the missing Zamile Dlau told us that when the incident happened on the 11th of, I think it was on the 11th of April rather, when that happened, the following day they went to report, and then when they went to report, police told them that no, we will open an inquiry and then we'll register that. But they had to go back 2 days ago to say our case was not registered, so please register it. Hence today there was that search and rescue operation because that case was not registered. So there are certain cases that have not been properly registered with the police. You will go to communities, they will will tell you that we have got so many people who are still missing, but police will say this is the official record and account of missing people in KwaZulu-Natal that we have. So you are likely to see the number of missing people in KZN increasing simply because some cases take time to be recorded, some families take time to report to the police because there are areas that are still disconnected. People cannot make phone calls, people are unable to go to police stations, and police are unable to access those areas here because you can imagine all the resources are being directed. Look at this here, Bongamkis will show you behind me. Look at the amount of police cars for search and rescue that have been dedicated to this search and rescue operation here in Molweni. And while they are busy searching, they will get phone calls that there is a case that has been reported. They must go and search in that area. Remember, there is also a backlog in terms of the numbers that they have because they've got a certain list that has been provided to them, but also there are new cases that keep on being added onto the list.
Okay, thank you very much, Siphamandla Goge, for that update and that clarification about the known official number of people who are still missing as those search operations are continuing in KwaZulu-Natal.